Hang on, I gotta turn it down a bit though. We're playing Fox? Stop it. There we go. All right. So let's go over to town near our base and see what we got ready for tomorrow. So spawn in Cuttail Station. Just about the furthest north you can go. You know how to you know how to deploy, right? Yeah, it takes a while. I still sometimes go the wrong way. Kind of funny. Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Mr. Bats. Let's see. I don't know if I know he MPF. I don't know if the MPF is done. Sims 1. All right, beautiful. Have fun on the Sims. Cuttail Station. Very far north up in Basin Scion. Well, we have a bunch of Harper grenades. Got a bunch of Mammons ready to rock. And it does not look like our Silver Hand order is ready yet. Unless Bat put it under private, and that's fine if you did. Okay. First things first, we're gonna learn some logic. Where are you at? A tail station? Okay. Open up your map. Let me pull your stream up real quick. Alright, zoom in a little bit. So you see where your arrow is? You want to go kind of to the northwest, up towards the center of town. So work your way up towards the center of town, you'll see where I'm at. I'm gonna get us oh, why he keeps doing that. Once you get here, we're gonna go get a truck. We're gonna do some lodging, moving, pulling some stuff out. Teach you how to do all that stuff real quick, and then we'll grab the ambulance and we'll run to the front. Keep to the front. Oh, yeah. How's it working? Apparently really good. So on your little compass at the top, you'll see like a little arrow because I'm the squad leader. Oh wait, you're not in the squad yet. That's fair. I don't know. Are you on the wrong circle? It's supposed to be on 8. Okay. Keep going down south along that railroad track. Nope, other way. Yep, just follow that road down. Because you're at the refinery right now. Here. I'll come get you. Nope, stay right there. Don't move. Stop! Stop moving! You're still moving! Here. There you are. Alright. Alright, so you are in the regiment. You just need a squad in, buddy. squad. All right, accept that. All right, so now you are in our Ducky squad, which is our active squad for the regiment. It's actually kind of funny how we got our Ducky. So when me and Dark first started playing, we were running Logi, and the Rubber Ducky, you're the one song kept popping into our heads. So that's what our squad's been the whole time. All right, so this is the garage. So this is where you would go if you come in here and press E. You can access the context menu. This is where you would bring your resources, BMATs, refined materials, or RMATs, is what we call them in the game, to build any of these vehicles. These are the base vehicles. So they're not upgraded, they're not vetted, they're not changed into other types of vehicles. These are just the base vehicles. So that's where you would come to do that. Over here across the road where you were at. This is both the pad here is the construction yard. So if you come up to the construction yard, hit E, it'll show you what you can build here. You can build gun emplacements, pallets, resource containers, cargo containers or shipping containers, concrete mixers, and liquid containers. So if you would need any of these items, or you're building like on the front and you need gun emplacements or whatever you want to put down, or artillery pieces, that's what the two of these are artillery pieces, then you would come here and you would bring the required materials here, and then you would build them there. Next door is the refinery. Come into here. So this is where you're going to bring your scrap, your components, your sulfur, and your coal to make the various different resources into the game. So the basic resources, BMATs, basic materials, they're the ones that look like the right here to the right is the ones that look like the I-beam. Components look like a little nut, and then turn into RMATs, which are like a little cylinder kind of looks like steel ring. Right. So that's the refinery. Once everybody doesn't run us over, that'd be great. Run over here. This big factory right here to the right, this is the MPF factory. This is the mass production factory. So this is basically a factory on steroids. What you do is you bring a lot of materials here, and you can produce everything that's in here, everything that you could produce at a factory, but on a larger scale. So if you're, pumping out grenades or ammo or weapons or uniforms or whatever the case may be to help the war effort, this is where you would put your resources in, come in, queue up the order. You also get a pretty, I think it's like a 10% discount up to, I want to say it's 50% if I'm remembering correctly, when you use the mass production facility here. That's if you're producing a lot of stuff. If you're producing a little amount of stuff, you would come over here. So if you're running Logi and you're just, like say a front needs a couple hundred rounds of 7.62 or whatever the case may be, or firearms or uniforms or whatever, you would just come to this factory. This is a small factory. Same thing. It's just on a much smaller scale. Now let's go to the seaport real quick and grab our truck. And this is all if you do decide to do lodging. Quick pit stop. I lose you. Nope, I lost you. This way. So if you look on your compass, you'll see a little gold arrow that points directly to me. So quick pit stop. This building right here, this is called a safe house. This is a place where usually within towns that you can come, you can set your spawn here. They do get upgrades as well, like other buildings in the game, but this is where resources, weapons, ammo, grenades, everything can be stored at, and then picked up from the public to use for the war effort. Generally on the back line, you'll see some stuff in here. Not a whole lot. Usually on the front line, you'll see a heck of a lot more. and those only spawn inside towns. Just like so when you're on the front, usually you'll see bunker bases, which are just bunkers that players built, and it's the same concept as a safe house. And then also there is the town center. I forget what the actual name of it really is, but it's the same thing as a safe house. It's just bigger, and then that marks that town. So if that building falls, and then the collies were to bring up a construction vehicle and rebuild it, they then own that town. So this is the seaport here. So obviously seaport, you've got on the left and right, you got access for freighters to come in and bring in a lot of equipment, or take a lot of equipment out and take it to, closer to the front, whatever the case may be. Same thing, hit E, your context menu. So now the thing about this is you're gonna have to punch in the code real quick. Let me send you that. Okay. So that way you can access ours. Gotta find it. On the back end. He did. Cool. Thank you, Matt. You make life so much easier. So much. Alright, so in our chat, I'm going to post the code. And then, so what you'll do is you'll open up your context menu, and down at the bottom, you'll see like a little keypad. Click that button, it'll open up a prompt, and then you'll put our code into that. Now, don't do that, or don't show like your stream or anything, any codes like that, because then anybody watching can access our stockpiles at that point. It's one of the few things that and intelligence are incredibly important to safeguard, especially as a Foxhole streamer. I do highly suggest that you get a map screen put together, and then have it like set to your map key. So anytime you open up your map, the map screen will kind of come up on over and cover your screen, so that way nobody can actually see what the map looks like when you're looking at it. Thank you, beautiful. Yeah, I absolutely can. All right, are you into our stockpile? That's fair. So anyways, once you're... Yeah. So when you come to the seaport here, up at the top right, you see where it says public. If you click that, whenever you put in our code, ours will pop up and it's SAPR, and then it'll give you access that you can just select it, and then you can see what we have stored in our own stockpile. So we're going to pull out our Doom truck here. Press Q to get in. All right, so the first thing when you pull a vehicle or you build a vehicle or whatever the case may be, you're not going to have any fuel. So because you're not driving, you can't actually see the fuel gauge. But if you get out and you hit context menu E on the truck, you'll see what our fuel status is. And then you'll click the little refuel button right next to that. Go ahead and click it. And it'll automatically connect to the tank and start filling it up with diesel. Yeah. If we were gonna do a whole lot of work, we would use petrol usually. Petrol is gonna be faster, gives you a little bit of a speed boost in your vehicles. But diesel's fine for what we're doing. All right, so first things first, whenever to kind of teach you like the basics of lodging. So you can either use a hammer, or in the world of components, use a sledgehammer. What you're going to do is you're either going to go to a field and you're going to mine out scrap. Now we've got little mines here. So these are the one on our left, the one ahead of us, these are scrap mines. And the one on our right is a component mine. So in a vehicle, you don't even have to get out. It's pretty cool. Just drive up to it, hit E, and then you can just go ahead, shift click, the resource, and it'll pull the resource out for you and put it right into your truck, so you don't even have to get out. So now we have a full load of scrap. So then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and you're going to learn how to make stuff real quick. So first, because we have scrap, we have to turn it into B-mats. So what we'll do is we'll go to the refinery first. And same concept, you can just pull right up, hit E. And then, so what you want to do is, depending on what resource you want to make, whether it's diesel, explosive powder, if it's components and you want to make refined materials, sulfur for heavy explosive, whatever, you'll look at in your middle is your production tab. So you want to set that to personal, because you cannot set that for a squad, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And so then, because you have all of this scrap inside of your truck, you would just click on that, and you can kind of keep multi-clicking it to, you know, put a certain amount of scrap in there if you want to make a couple different things, or you can shift click and it'll move everything in there. So we got about 5 minutes until all those B-mats are done. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in public, and then we're just going to take what's already in here. Okay. Because it's just going to get replaced anyways. So the golden rule of Foxhole is, if it's in a public space, it's everybody's to use. You don't have to ask permission. You don't have to do anything like that. If it's in a base, always ask permission, unless it's on the front line. Then if it's on the front line, again, it's public. Anybody can access it. Take what you need. So when you have B-mats, I'm going to get out. You're gonna shift and then hit 1. I think that's what it is. I might be wrong. No, it's control 1. So you're gonna hit control 1. Yep, do it now. You can do that too. I moved to the back. It was because I was sitting in there. All right, I'm gonna control 2 over to the passenger. All right, so you're gonna access the factory here. All right, so now when it comes to the factory, you can set your orders to your squad. So what we're gonna make is we're gonna make a couple. We only have 100, I think 200 B-mats in there. So go through the list and find something that would be good. Normally medical stuff is usually highly sought after. Ammo is highly sought after. Pick a couple things to allocate to the total B-mats that you currently have. Some things require other things. So like grenades and stuff will require explosive powder, as well as B-mats. You just click on it if you have the B-mats. Yep, if you have the B-mats, just click on it, and then over on the left or the right side, you'll see that under the ammo category, it's currently idle, and you have 2 queued up there. And you just hit play, bam, and it'll start making it. Now this is where you can assign it to where either only if it's personal, only you can pick it up. If it's public, everybody in the world can pick it up. But one of the cool things about the factory and the MPF is you can set it for your squad, and so that way anybody in our squad can then come to the factory and pick it up. So if you say you queue up something and then you're logging off, set it for squad, and so that way anybody that gets on afterwards will see that and they'll be like, oh hey, we got some stuff here. They'll pull it and they'll put it wherever it needs to go. So now we just wait until the ammo's done. It's got a little bit of a timer depending on how much you actually queued up. And also, there's a little bit of a timer as well for if you have like other queues ahead of you. I'm not entirely sure how it translates, but generally if you have other queues ahead of your queue, you'll have more time added to your timer that you have to wait. But that's the essential of lodging. You go, you pick up. That's the long way of doing it. Now, there's three different ways you can do lodging. You can do it the long way, which is you go mine the resources, take them to the refinery, refine them, take those process resources to the factory, and then create items, and then fill your truck up that way, and then take it to either a storage depot, the seaport, or if you have identified a front that you want to supply, then whatever you're making, you would just come to the factory, make it, and then take it directly to that front. So put it in the closest BB, or town hall, or whatever the case may be, for the people that are fighting on the front to actually use those items. So now one of the things is when you're producing stuff at the factory, it's produced in crates. Okay, so once this is done, you would select it, or select the item. You would right click it and say take as a crate, because if you just click it, it'll just throw it in the back of your truck. And each one of these is it's a single crate of 20 of these, so you're producing 20 magazines worth of 12.7. So we got 4 minutes to wait. Now, the second way of doing Logi is the way I generally do Logi. It's what I call public Logi. Essentially, what you're doing... What in the hell did I do? Hold on. What? What? The hell did I push? Oh, no. Why? Oh, no. There we go. So public Logi is where you find a front and you're like, oh, these guys need, weapons, ammo, bandages, whatever the case may be. You then will look at the map, find out where the nearest seaport is or storage depot, and what you'll do is you'll get yourself a truck, drive to that area, pick up whatever they need, so whether it's bandages, ammo, or whatever the case may be, and then run it to that front. And so essentially all you're doing is you're grabbing stuff that's in the public stockpile and moving it to the front. You're moving it from place to place. And then there's backline Logi, which is basically, we're on the backline right now. What you would do for backline is stuff that's getting produced here usually gets sent over to the seaport or storage depot. And what you would do in that case is backline Logi's whole job is to grab stuff from the very backline or the production cities and move it closer to the front. So they would come up with a freighter, or they could do it with trucks too. It just depends on really what they want to do. But they would come up to the seaport, the storage depot, grab whatever's in public stockpile, and then start shifting that stuff up towards the front. So that way it's starting its journey to make it to the front to be used to further the war effort. There's the 3 types of Logis that you can do in-game. Side note, facility Logi is completely separate, and that is very specific to us as a squad and a regiment. Facility Logi is essentially you would go out, get scrap or components or whatever the case may be, take it back to our facility and put it into our production facilities to make PC mats, assembly materials, stuff like that, to be used to upgrade tanks, change tanks into different types of variants. You could do, warships and stuff. If you have a dry dock, you can use it to build naval pieces to put together submarines and battleships, and frigates and stuff like that. Yeah, Dr. Chaos, what's up, buddy? Foxhole. Welcome in, buddy. Yeah, we're doing some teaching of the tink. Don't worry, we're gonna go shoot some shit. We're gonna go kill some goblins. I just wanted to kind of give you a rundown of Logi, where everything is. And these are, if you look at the map, these are spread out all across the map. So within our territory, You can kind of tell not all cities have production. So keep that in mind. But you'll know where the production hubs are. One of the cool things about the map is the filters on the side. Excuse me, cheese went down the wrong way. You can select what you want to appear on the map. And so one of the things I always suggest is if you're not actively fighting on the front and you're not actively running Logi to the front, turn off intelligence and it'll clear your map up way more because there's a lot of stuff. But you can fine tune it to where, oh, I want to see where the storage depots are. I want to see where the seaports are. I want to see where the factories are. I want to see where this stuff is, or that, whatever the case may be. That's how you do it, is your map legend over here on the left side of your map. And that's basically every person's preference is different. How we doing on that? Look at that, perfect timing. All right, select it, put it into the dune. So go back into the factory context. Okay, and then just select your completed items on the right. Just go ahead and pull them, and it'll put them automatically into your truck. Should be. There's nothing with green check marks. Didn't you queue up anything? Look. Oh, that's fair. Okay, that works. It probably was. I thought you queued up the 12-7. Okay, so that's fine. I mean, you understand how that works, though. So, let's head back to the seaport. I mean, that works. It's actually a crate of, I think, 5 truck kids. But okay, go ahead and drive us back to the seaport real quick. You'll figure it out. Link with the contribution to the For the Empire Challenge, sir. Go to the left right here. It's fine. It takes some time. Yes, it is. All right, now to the right, follow the road. And just keep following the road straight. All right, start slowing down. Okay, so etiquette here at the seaport. 3 dunes can fit here in the middle. So you want to pull as far to the left. Don't run him over. You want to pull over as far to the left as you can. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. Control 2. Nope, just Control 2. There you go. That's how you switch your seats. All right, so etiquette here at a seaport or storage depots are a little bit different, but essentially what you'll do is you'll pull in as close as you can or wherever, because 3 dunes can fit in here, so 3 people in dunes can access the seaport at a time. The flatbeds over here always pull off to the left and right, so that way they can be accessed by the cranes. So from here, what you're going to do is you're going to hit your context menu, which is E, and then you'll find our stockpile, and then you'll just go ahead and submit your crate here. We're going to submit it to the stockpile, and then it's in there. It's done. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Now these B mats, we'll just put them in there because they're not reservable. And then when you're done with the vehicle, what you'll do is on the bottom actions bar here, you'll see where it says submit vehicle. As long as the vehicle is not damaged, you can go ahead and submit it right back into our stockpile. But make sure... Oh, you'll have to get out. Some nice... Who's these royal guys? I've been seeing them everywhere. Alright, so I'll submit that to our stockpile. Just make sure you have our stockpile selected, because it always defaults back to public, and you want to make sure that you don't want to drop one of our trucks into public. I don't know. Is it not? Where? Okay. Mr. Bat Guy with the contribution to the For the Empire Challenge. Thank you, sir. I was wondering where you're going to get in on the fun. What you up to tonight, nerd? Hmm? We're going to grab our ambo. Just chilling. I feel you. We're teaching. Uh-oh. What? Hi. Hi. Even I've I've heard you. Nobody else heard you? Oh, that's fair. What's with no petrol? I can hear you. Oh, I don't know. Let's find out. Talk. I don't think I hear you on your stream. No, I see your little Discord character talking, but I don't actually hear you. I want to hear myself talk. Mm, mm. I can imagine. I hate audio issues. What's all your audio routed through? Your Steam Deck. Oh, okay. Fair. I've never used that one. See. You're just not gonna shoot. Okay. Figure it out tomorrow. That's fair. Well, we can still teach you, so I get it. One of the things I use, Doc Holiday with the contribution to the For the Empire Challenge. Thank you, sir. Let me get that written down.